Yeah, what up, what up? This your boy Mantra. To all those who waited, tell me who's next to be put to the test. This is a new threat. It's Japan bombing the US. Goose-stepping competitors risking their crew's necks and get checked, but nobody spitting this ruthless. Tell me who's next. We're cancelling all bets. We're traveling with the pack that'll savage in more flesh. See a lot of sets claiming they fresh, but all guess. It's a new threat, the resurrection of war nests. Computer chip fugitive, lost in a lunar mist. Step across it and feel a rap most punitive. Place me top of any top 10 producer list. Bait me not for many, got penned a crucifix. Passing through doors, embark on a tour to master the rapport. The harbingers of war, clasping your heart with a claw. Hard to ignore as the calm of the storm. Charges an arduous part to the core. Karma for the art form.
Police better go open a new document to document how Equills are bringing on the apocalypse. The new threat, devastate featherweights in the populace. Providence and hip-hop dominance for the lot of us. Rockin' shit, while British is spitting data prerogative. I'm killing opulent ghost riders to stay positive. I may got a gift, but I ain't gonna be stopping this till the day our names are engraved in great monoliths.
Tell me who's next to be put to the test. This is a new threat. It's Japan bombing the US. Goose-stepping competitors risking their crew's necks and get checked, but nobody spitting this ruthless. Tell me who's next. We're cancelling all bets. We're traveling with the pack that'll savage in more flesh. See a lot of sets claiming they fresh, but all guess. It's a new threat, the resurrection of war nests.
Yeah, Equills, baby. Weapon X on the beat. You can't fuck with us. Whisper, Mantra, Wax Vandal, AUS. The Vandal. Yeah. For years I was searching for a worthy purpose. Never a nerd nor much less a wordsmith. With a verse to flip, but quick to convert kids to chicks to this, deliver a lip service. A bit nervous to spit, but did certain to lift persons with sermons or whispers. And I'd hit nerves to trigger the concursion. With lyrics I'd written more thinking I'd discern the kid. Submersed in whatever I'd listened to. Never did much, regretted everything I didn't do. Rhyme rhetoric touched my inhibitions with the music. Ringing true in my ears, fears but clear soon and disappear. So who's with me, hear you? Just another struggling musician, man, I hear you. I don't fear you, don't fear me. Please cheer me as I spit my simple symphony.
We're two souls that were born to ride. It's too cold to ignore the fire.
Orchestrating the symphony of a lifetime. Want to make enormous leaps of faith with thinking which I write rhymes.
We're coming suitably fortified.
What?
See the future recorded live.
Taught to wait complacently on the sideline. Born to reimburse my worth and ignite the city skyline. Rocking the mold of the planetary.
Shift the explanatory.
Cackle ringing out of the very thought of an adversary. See the very thought of defeating us imaginary. A man of many words, land speed and cassowary.
It's bad luck when you're facing off with a man of many talents. Quite gallantly is a battle axe challenger. How to handle the pressure. Immeasurable error is a factor of chance, depending on whether you clever enough to evade the sever and get paid for letters. Writing poetry powerful enough to change weather.
With the same endeavor to remain the name forever. Legendary game, Professor Collide. Diving inside of my subconscious, but I never dreamed a dream would deliver me this much promise. I know many trying to take much from us. We stand firm with a hand that'll burn and crush commas.
We're two souls that were born to ride. It's too cold to ignore the fire.
Orchestrating the symphony of a lifetime. Want to make enormous leaps of faith with thinking which I write rhymes.
We're coming suitably fortified.
What?
See the future recorded live.
Taught to wait complacently on the sideline. Born to reimburse my worth and ignite the city skyline.
The mind freer like Morpheus, getting applauded. I'm confident enough to stay stiff in front of any audience. Catch my phrases, remain fascinated by the way I swing and leave haters' heads decapitated.
Solid force behind fatal accidents. High standard of excellence. Now time in the game elapsed and equals the main attraction.
Fade to black.
Break samples, break backs. The vandal lays tracks and navigate maps strategic. Even his high caliber genius. Furious animated live action progression is seamless. We're fiends for the cut in each patch of the sequence. Now we're teaming up and every challenge is speechless. Bigger than any religion you carry belief in. Soul resurrected from the sands of Egypt. Time buried the weaponry, answer is equipped. Batter MCs until they're paraplegic. Callous indeed, my whole manner is devious. Better straight from the subject, the matter is tedious. My clique walked the desert to the east of Eden. My deepest secrets haunt the dreams of demons.
We're two souls that were born to ride. It's too cold to ignore the fire.
Orchestrating the symphony of my lifetime. Born to make enormous leaps of faith with thinking which I write rhymes.
We're coming suitably fortified.
What?
See the future recorded live.
Taught to wait complacently on the sideline. Born to reimburse my worth and ignite the city skyline.
Bass clef, Equills, wax motherfucking vandal.
Bass clef, the fifth silhouette. Runs wiki and beats, yeah.
Yeah. Peace.
Minds combined. Minds combined. Rhyme collaboration. Minds combined. Fire. Forming in the sky. Fire. In the sky. Fire. Forming in the sky. Fire. Fire. In the sky. Burn fire. In the sky.
When you clock the human race with the stopwatch of history, it's a new record every time.
Wreathed in red flame, fire and brimstone. My eyes see the pain of the lives that did no good for mankind. It's time for judgment. Water evaporates when bored, blood does.
Even with nothing spoke, a ton of fear is evoked. We invaded Eden, raped Eve, and shoved Adam's apple down his fucking throat. Depraved serpent, vicious in a vision. My sin is delicious as the sacrificial slave merchant, selling souls for gold. Endoskeleton, cold metal, light speed conductor. Evil relatives all shatter glass, work to sabotage, clad in battle armor. Camouflaged in the field of the real, death out of charmers. The talk, the double talk, walk the Amamaga. Lost limbs reveal bloody purple stigmata. Devoted from the very moment, lips past the potion, and seal fate along with every wound that was open. And right when the stormy weather came with the rain, face, body and mind changed like the muddy terrain. Pure madness infected every vessel in vain. And now I drink liquid fire every day when I wake. I was the one who gave the virus to the Chinese chickens. Picked the skin off the bodies of early Ebola victims. Back in the Middle Age, I used to speak to the children, and soon this influence became known as the plague and killed millions. Time travel anonymous is simple brilliance. Still not left a trace of what I be. He who studied theology has seen a lot of me. I seek the prophecy contained in the pages of demonology.
Liquefied essence of fallen angels.
A tainted blood,
Debris ascended from Hades.
skyward rain of dust, unleashing a sandstorm.
Grand circus of pain and such horrors.
All of God's creatures afraid of us.
A faithless face nameless, dazed and spellbound, racing ravens, being chased by hellhounds, eating decayed remains of those who fell down, bleeding for their beliefs when the demons held crowns. It smells foul in Hades. Crazy slaves wasting days in the dark, stark raving. A heart racing, fastly pacing, charred and blazing apart from the path it takes to start the slate clean. Half crazy fiends that walk the night and don't talk, just talk most forms of life. Born to die, the morning sky brings morning cries by morning wives, torn with fright. No warning signs of warding why death brought the light of red and white scorching eyes that has haunt your side, so you can't sleep or dream, stuck in the land of the bleakest scenes.
We brought light to the night with the rise of 10 suns.
Saw the ice catch fire, causing tidal floods.
We set loose a pack of jackals and a murder of crows.
To burn foes at the stake in a circle of stones.
We brought light to the night with the rise of 10 suns.
Saw the ice catch fire, causing tidal floods.
We launched strife on civilians with murderous flows.
Brandishing head of Medusa, fucking turn you to stone.
best MCs that you'll ever see. Wrecking the scene, definitely and effortlessly, wreaking havoc irrevocably.
Still stride with the tentative step of a centipede in the 22nd century. I'm still spitting my sentences, ill and agree with mythical references, testament to a heritage.
Convict territory turned Mecca,
Under the limelight, burning your retinas.
Ganesh emanate from the fresh text I expect to rate. Whisper lab, collab, meditate, ever so slightly offbeat but never late. We tread a lake while y'all seem to hesitate. I care to make this clear, forget opaque. We detonate fakes, replicating what we demonstrate. Mentally excavate the plan of escape, ducking past heaven's gates, making a hasty getaway. Yes, we levitate, cause plenty of petty kids try to be quills but featherweight. Orbit away before wrestling fate face to face. Step out of place and into a neck brace. I hope far away. When I'm old, retired and grey, I can reminisce on the days I was ripping cats on stage and making waves whenever I played, and say with a grin, hip-hop still the shiznit, and dive into my grave.
Yeah, baby, you get down. You get down to the music now. Cause ain't no use in a useless crowd. So you get down, you get down. Man, you get down. You get down to the music now. Move this crowd with a few steps round. If you flex the frown, you better step down. Incinerate little fakes with the tapes. Give it to me that I'm littering, mate. Let it disintegrate, better assimilate. Better than Timberlake, I'm in bed with Britney every day. She's a slave to my rhythm, kissing my snake. Slithering, smitten with me while I'm whipping her, mate. With little difficulty twisting it into different positions. Give her a taste, she's grinning while I jish in her face. Fuck the guitar, I'm feeling the bass. If Equills on the bill, then we feeling the place. It's unreal that a million women wanna chill and now dominion. I'm thinking that we live in great. I've experienced puppies and kittens and hate, but I'm raining cats and dogs, they can't debate. They ain't heard my mistakes, so they learn the hard way. Check my accent, comprehende, compadre. I'm just playing, man.
Matic, sporadic, static, the plea for parlay be half-baked. Imagine this was how you imagine your last days. Quit yapping and partake.
You ain't rapping for fuck's sake. I must say, some playing with fire like danger, but change their mind as soon as they inside my range. It's too late to realize that you made a mistake. There's no escape for you once you inside the ninth gate. Yeah, baby, you get down. You get down to the music now. Cause ain't no use in a useless crowd. So you get down, you get down. Man, you get down. You get down to the music now. Move this crowd with a few steps round. If you flex a frown, you better step down. Yeah, Jace on the beat with Whisper, Equills, baby. Yeah, what? Time passes, I regardless try my hardest to laugh and like the path I'm striving after. While bastards lie and mothers cry and martyrs die, I'm after the skies where the stars are. Like my father, charter a course for record and thoughts led to talk. Now I walk the walk, kid. Force and fortified rhymes with flawless time and awesome lighting. All from writing, I caught a shining when the dawn was rising. Saw a bore of night scenes, awe-inspiring. Neither bore or frightening, more enlightening. Now I'm taught to fight for the cause my life brings. The days fold like pages, times full circle, state of mind. Jump hurdles, taking mine. Make verbals laid refined. As the cycle continues, my songs keep. The days fold like pages, times full circle, state of mind. Jump hurdles, taking mine. Make verbals laid refined. As the cycle continues, my songs keep playing. Paving the way for the fame and acclaim and attaining a game that'll stay when I'm reigning. Aiming to take the stage in a way that'll change things. Haters will fade away when I get exclaimed. And I refuse to remain silent, though confused by the insane violence. Denying the day's vibrance, a tired tragedy, dramatically unadmired. Yet enigmatically traps us in the same fire. So the cycle spirals, we aspire to reach higher ground. I have found peace within the confines of my town. Many nice sounds hidden within the infinite rhythms of city citizens living and driven by the dividends shifting. Adopt a militant, more diligent means of gathering basic equipment. Gallantly I take the challenge of facing the insolence, the ill influence in individual sense. Blind on the truths that were subliminally meant for me. You are so human people to see through. Love saves and slays us, we all are but slaves. Thus negotiate your own way, you must. I bust moves up, listen to the world speak. My favorite farewell phrase, say peace. Peace to the parents, peace to the children, peace to the people, yo, we keep building. The days fold like pages, times full circle, state of mind. Jump hurdles, taking mine. Make verbals laid refined. As the cycle continues, my songs keep the days fold like pages, times. Full circle, state of mind. Jump hurdles, taking mine. Make verbals laid refined. As the cycle continues, my songs keep playing. Yeah, pages, times, full circle, state of mind. What? Taking mine, yeah, laid refined. As the cycle continues, Equills. Pages, times, yeah, state of mind. Taking mine, laid refined. As the cycle continues. Now as the song finishes and my voice fades out, plan to get airplay, baby, I ain't getting played out. I'll raise the roof off a stadium and air raid crowds. I'm positive, I don't fear hate now. Say wow, I got a pair of mates that'll get the place to bounce with a fresh break decks and a blazing mouth. Respect, baby, I'ma rep my stately proud. Equality is what the name's about. Say it loud, Equills. Lost in the wilderness, all of God's children killing at will. So the problems building, constantly feeling like there's no villain. Cause we all dark creatures, wanting millions, bombing civilians. I'm desensitized to the dying billions. What I see live or rise, the feeble are tired, good people are crying. Evil survives and it reeks in the night. We carry the weight of the world like a ball and chain, frantically working, trying to ignore the pain. We awaken in the evening, not the boring days. Now complacently waiting to be born again, but it's all the same. No one brought the rain, the land burns. A kid set it ablaze with a green lantern. You gain money and fame to see a man turn into the same damn game player. Geez, that hurts. The concept of loyalty is annoying me, cause it just don't seem to apply to royalty. The government sowing that spoiled seed of corruption, lies, turmoil and greed. So we abandon the rules, start acting callous and cruel, barbaric, malice but cool. And if you think you can escape harm, then you's a fool.
Right, yeah, in love and memory of life sweet. Time spent in this and over conscience. I'm lost in a hedge maze, seeking forgotten headspace. Pit to devastation, a trench labeled immense. Barely able to fence, brought the raven to death. Bystanders gaped in agony, some draped in apathy, stunned by the presence of guns. Begun to tragedy run before the fabric of society break, and humanity's laws are torched by the fiery lake. See, I've seen man scrape the sky with an aspiration. Money over life, the perpetual fascination. Covenants compromised, government assassinations. Celebrants televised, polls rise in affirmation. Raised to the ground, villages, pillars and icons. Figureheads erected played a role of global siphon. For young troubled minds to study the Illuminati. Vast tribes alike terminated in Nagasaki. The pounding of war drums ring out in the streets. Secret intelligence deeper than the sound could have reached. Death ring in your ears drum when the town is asleep. Haunting motion under shut eyes, lies Normandy Beach. Till we abandon the rules, start collecting survival tools. Heart to heart killing for jewels. Cause if you think starvation discriminate, then you's a fool. Man-eater, lost lonely predator, heat-seeking thrills hunt the men up in the area, wearing a smile, a dark devious persona. Booty was ill and it's killing you now, it's sober.
The bitch played me like a game of chess, stole Cupid's archery and aimed it at my chest. Cardiac arrest, she held me captive by the way that she dressed, the way that she stepped in a place and just faded the rest. Her presence was untainted by guys stepping, trying to get in. I'm lining up next in attempt to mention I'm an MC, like it matters. Her reaction was hardly that of someone in satisfaction. I held her attention for less than a sentence. She walked away. I melted pretending I wasn't affected. A poor display. But later on there was an open mic session, so I got up to flex and just rhymed like a motherfucker. My timing was excellent. I tore the roof off so the crowd had stars in their eyes. I was proof of the talent that Australia has. I could tell this girl was listening from a distance and kinda felt different about me now that she had seen me yelling rip. But I reapproached and she couldn't stop herself grinning. She fell victim but I fell further. She said she'd wanna be with me long as I didn't hurt her. I'm thinking word up but should've known better. This go get a type female that I felt fair for was called Sarah. Caressing her bare ass was tender on that first night. I dare have said nothing but it was at first bite. Head fucks at first sight. My imagination was having crazy affirmations of what later would happen at my place when we got home. I was tapping and clapping and slapping, giving a gash a thrashing, giving a whiplash, but she was whipping me back. I was fiending for this diva. 4 weeks deep and she up and leaves me, switches her demeanor. I'm hurt and twisted now, she ain't even a fan either. I guess I should've known this chick was a man-eater.
Man-eater, lost lonely predator, heat-seeking thrills hunt the men up in the area, wearing a smile, a dark devious persona. Booty was ill and it's killing you now, it's over. Man-eater, lost lonely predator, heat-seeking thrills hunt the men up in the area, wearing a smile, but no man could ever own her. She's sad to be alone, but she's damned to be alone.
Never fall victim to a chicken you was sticking. Never fall victim to a wicked woman's way. Never fall victim to a chicken you was sticking. Watch out, girl, you know you're evil. So
results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this? Shut up!
In all parts of the country. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
Mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages and cities, in rural homes and suburbs with no apparent pattern nor reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. We have some say they occurred the assassins kind of trance. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. This shake was money they occurred in a kind of trance. There's no really authentic way for us to say who wants what to look for and guard yourself against. There's no reaction authentic way for us to say one of what to look for and guard yourself against. So far, we have been unable to determine of which kind of organized investigation is underway. Police and sheriff's deputies and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem.
Crosswords to puzzle kids, spitting rebuttals, muddled up, stuck in a puddle, neck deep in some trouble. The code follower, oath honorer, cloaked honor when I'm on the prowl. Moonlight owl, show me the proper path. A drunk philosopher, Merlin's hurling, feel the whirlwind, living on bitches, so his vision swirling. What sort of person tricks a chick into thinking some pricks the shit? Sticking his dick in, she's giving birth to a king. Sinking below the surface, giving vampires lip service. As long as they're women, the blood trickling isn't hurting. Believe me, it's worth it. Vampirilla gives head. If she didn't, I get a steak and a sickle and get head. dead. Respect dead, people will be disrespected. When misdirected missiles will wiggle your wig and leg hairs. Cause everything's fair in love and war except for when there's an innocent victim sitting on the electric chair.
Moving to great sands, megalomaniacal tirade, bringing about a fiery ice age. If time wastes, you wanna conflict this, wanna twist this?
Go ahead, bitch.
Trip in a snake pit and get neck bit. Bullseye spit, rules I split. Slain accurate, insane Montague stain from slaying Capulets. Brain stack full of ejaculatory fluid, so I'm coming with concepts immaculate.
Stupid. The night of the living dead has come. Now let us run away. So zombies don't chew on our brains like gum. I like pump actions cocked and ready for action. With silver bullets ripping holes and track the king. Smashing like London 28 days later. Wondering why the people infected with rage haters. Searching the answers lurking in the DNA maker. Believe it or freeze them and leave them in that same stasis.
So once again we're back up on some twisted rhyme shit. Contrive shit, strive for the mid to the right chick. This is 4 elements of surprise combined with the fine mist, night sticks and fly kicks. You're simmering away in the shimmering array of the wordplay that I'm delivering today. Harder than pin a shade, a bounce ricochet. The dismay be challenging to say, and in a way I'm like a foot soldier, dodging the landmines. My mind pictures a guy in back of the bank line like, I'm sorry, thought I was in a predicament. My only risk is injury to a limb or a ligament. Just for the thrill of it, invite danger. And toward my ligature and die strangers and nice neighbors. So come along little girl, got something for you. You weren't gonna use that innocence anyway, were you?
Sith Lord, Knight Raider with force like Vader, challenging pit brawls. Might make a pit bull wine later with your I'm greater. Whispers roar, he's more than a tiebreaker. The victor to take prizes, annihilator with sword. Might take it before the time of the laser to see how your aim is with wars on cavemen. Using nothing but a stone for slaying. I take aim at a dome and break it. A loathing hatred for the clones that'll roam this wasteland if I don't take it in my own 8 hands. I flow with a spray can on occasion, but I'm better at talking. Ever disrespect me, better be better at walking. The pendulum said you can either be dead or reforming. I'm the dreader one to sever the head of the horseman, then swallow the sun so there will never be morning.
Yo, identity ain't shit, but we erase things. Remedy the basic and rearrange things. Enemy ain't sick, but for you change things. For we are blazing, it's the amazing.
Nobody can follow the path that we are taking. The last great kings, the last evade sin, to pass beyond the gates of heaven and set it blazing. Forever reveling in mayhem, it's the amazing. Meddling in chemistry, magnetic and angelic, kinetic melodies serenading the evangelic entity in bad relic span any land in any language. The devil's at hand. I fight fire with flame and speak wisdom, tireless, taming the wild and breach kingdoms. Violence a tool on trial to scream rhythm. A man wise from conviction. I free women to then re-enslave for the purpose of mean frisking.
I mean frisking, mean kid in the clergy cavalier, killer with a bamboo spear. A man who's here to tattoo fear and make the taboo clear. Wrestled a nemesis for millennia, kept in closed dungeons and nightly terror. Side with pride as one man blindly staggers a death courtesy a fist full of flying daggers. Try to hurt me, you herb MCs lying tatters. Identity ain't shit, but we erase things. Remedy the basic and rearrange things. Enemy ain't sick, but for you change things. For we are blazing, it's the amazing.
Nobody can follow the path that we are taking. The last great kings, the last evade sin, to pass beyond the gates of heaven and set it blazing. Forever reveling in mayhem, it's the amazing.
Stalking a night in gale force wind, stern valley at night with hail-torn skin in a barrage of lightning, scorning sin, a dark winged chariot, all hail the fallen king, Lord of the Rings. Shock the life system, half arthropod, half the reason. Nightmares plague the mind of your young. In a minute of pain, the bride was door hung. My silhouette is wraith-like, great white shark hunter with a taste for venomous snake bites. Ascend to a great height, terrain acid, spark mutation of crocs in Lake Placid. Set a white tiger loose on St. Francis and Hyperion, still one of my great clashes. Son of the god of the sun, I run with the soul of the solar. Colder and colder, I scorch new paths and charcoal to polar. Identity ain't shit, for we erase things. Remedy the basic and rearrange things. Enemy ain't sick, but for you change things. For we are blazing, it's the amazing.
Nobody can follow the path that we are taking. The last great kings, the last of eight sins, are passed beyond the gates of heaven and set it blazing. Forever reveling in mayhem, it's the amazing. Damn right, Equills in the motherfucking place. The last kings, the last kings, the last kings, motherfuckers. Countdown, forward.
The sky a red flame, set ablaze, ignited by the 7th page of Let Him Wage. Regard my vantage point, gasping amazed, the mask of the road is all I need to make half-hearted artists choke. You laugh and joke, but what you bastards wrote ain't even half as dope. I told the hardest quotes, don the martyr's cloak. MCs are getting served after I take their fucking hearts like artichokes. The sharpest notes in the composition, running close to the opposition. Still the cunningest folks in the competition, offering propositions. Drop on your watch and listen. We take the figureless factions, slap astonishment in them. Black and ominous rhythm, bringing terror like G-dubs, favoritism. You're showing favoritism, but this occasion isn't a place for plagiarism. I'm a jackknife on white as your faggots are getting played for women. Roll over twice on his payment of credit, duly served and well deserved. Early birds are catching on early, I fixed the mandate with handshakes. Watch from sand caves, killing myself, digesting mandrake pancakes. Devotional incantation, mantra the mantis prayed on. My clans are savages after my ancient manuscripts. But man to man I plan dismantling your famine, handing them famine the damage and travel to arid land has been discussed. Read the fuss, I've seen enough, I'm beating a drum. Ensure your speakers bust when this beat erupts.
Lyrical swordplay. Check it.
Whispers emerging from the mists of Avalon, drawing the sword out the stone to carry it to Babylon. Gathering battalions, loyal to Excalibur. I discovered the golden mean, gazing at the Parthenon. Amazing meaning was in this math pattern. On the surface it was numbers, making structures, creating the eighth wonder. My mind's bright spark lit the sky in a state of thunder. Solaris illuminated, cold-hearted, I hate summer. The sun accumulated the stars and they made humans and music. Humans were just fortunate enough to use it. We hit the skin of drums till we got blisters and bruises. Spitting beautiful writtens, whether fiction or truthful, whether intricate diction or simple, it is used for the talk, wisdom or drinking. Sipping from the crucible, not yet half noon, losing the sun's light like Nosferatu, drinking the blood of Christ. A quiet game by harpoon, the hunter-gatherer, pimping women at least 28 days on the calendar, with the charm of Dracula and 3 brides to back it up. I draw naught to crosses while starting something spectacular. Equals in part with Mantara, wax vandala, lab sampler setting us in creating fat anthems to make any common pedestrian turn and nod their heads to this because of supernova, thus creating Genesis. What?
Strip this down to the core and explore this. Flow is out of control. Still they getting ruined when I bring my touch to a roller against the odds and face the wizard.
gotta pay the bills this week. When in debt this deep, an inept speech technique won't let me get free of the tax man. Damn dude, I'm still paying dues. I gotta pay for this too. How can I pay for food? I better play for you. Gigs are tiding me over to the next time I'm quiet and sober, tired and homeless. Acquire a job, paying bare minimum. It's hopeless, barely living. I'm fired with rare notice. Ain't getting a clear focus. Someone needs to be done. My folks only notice I ain't what they want me to become. What seems to be made of the situation's up to me, son. But for an insufficient education, ain't no refund. Therefore a dollar generating occupation ain't likely to be the kind of occupation that I'm likely to see. See, I'm honest when I'm saying I ain't likely to be much of a high flyer in society. B, I aspire to be a superhuman or a high achiever. No, I ain't gonna be a slave to get the paper though. It may seem I am today, hoping my pay rose, but one day I'll change this way of making dough. No, selling yayo for pesos, a flamethrower, hold it and lay low. Wait for the fame that's promised. When I talk about dollars, I'm honest, I ain't modest. The ball is constantly rolling, I'm just trying to stay on it.
Yeah, what's to become of all the daughters in the world when the ground starts to shake, the sky falls and the world ends? What's to become of all the daughters in the world when the ground starts to shake, the sky falls and the world ends? What's to become of all the daughters in the world when the ground starts to shake, the sky falls and the world? What's to become of all the daughters in the world? And who's gonna be my girlfriend when the world ends? Don't get me incorrect, for decimal dollars I'm down to race one, but keep thinking of all the cents I gotta spend to make some. I'm either busting ass for something unbelievable or selling out the shit that I believe in. It's thievery, so easy. This evil genius, considered seamless, perhaps considered zero, and therein lies the genius. But I can pick the sand at sunset with my fingertips and let my security slip to where nothing much exists. My name is Mantra, but you can call me Misdirection. Pleased to meet you, this is my fiance. Misconception, she like it hot. Someday we'll finally tie the knot, and planet Earth had better beware this cynical wedlock. Subliminal headlock, I should've known I wasn't really down. Shortly after nightly hyper psychedelic head stopped, so now my legs locked to a chamber when I'm A4, but not before the acid rain inside my brain pours. Thinking on shit like how we're still fighting the same wars. Government's nearly human, so humans are getting blamed for the downfall of civilization we never cared for, and burned down without a second thought for all the daughters. What's to become of all the daughters in the world when the ground starts to shake, the sky falls and the world ends? What's to become of all the daughters in the world when the ground starts to shake, the sky falls and the world ends? What's to become of all the daughters in the world when the ground starts to shake, the sky falls and the world ends? What's to become of all the daughters in the world? And who's gonna be my girlfriend when the world ends? Panicism and adjust will maintain. Mantra the man to corrupt the mainframe. With his stamina plus guts to maintain. Gonna rain on parades came to claim fame. Iron blades, I'm quite insane. Holding my right hand, lion's mane. I'll be a lion tame, real pigeon holders. Pigeon soldiers, I'ma kick some molars. Orthodontics, synoptic optics. Adopt this hot shit, we rockin' a mosh pit. Never was a convict off of the fleet, just a bad seat. Motherfucker off of the seat, we blaze each assembly. Mentally make sweet the remedy. Chicks whenever they speak, remember me. Count bounce lays to beat ahead of me. Slide shift to degree millimeter. Slide kick in the deep with a meter. Slide kick MCs to concede up. Give me chicken, I'ma eat till the meaner. So anybody left not feeling me, nah, relax, the one you'll marvel at. The fuck are you laughing at? That last bar, you ain't even half of that. The most ferocious, corrosive opus. Divvying up lyrical overdoses. Serving the rust, spit broken noses. And navigate time, know what a Moses. H2O, the flow be noticed. And host train toasted with coast to coast. Peeps in the show leaving with psychosis. And a joint to the symbiosis. Symbols are rife in this. Lyrical beat, rife in this. That equal shit, rife in this. Better beware when the sniper spins. Mad prowess, rife in this. Count bounces, rife in this. That real shit, rife in this. Doses down, get hot to this. Keeping it on tap with a mad rap in a knapsack. And a fast act, fallbacks to hold that. Refine that type of act of my map. Moving your whether you're white, black or lilac. Top of the synapse to where the spine at. Sport more rhymes than Isaac. I'm bigger than a cinema IMAX. A new jacks with a 10-foot guitar, you wouldn't climax. My slap face out the mouth of men. Might have pity for them now and then. In a weaker moment, December. Let it be known we overpower them. Pick the bass up, for the place up. Innovators when the buzz in the place is taste. Taste to raise non-belief and anger. Brave danger, wave and wager. Singing a serenade would have made a connection with the women in the place to the straight perfection. But I must not obey convention. I'm rocking for the heads in the same direction. And MEO be on a infectious. Now kids are getting mighty restless. The finest when it's time to check this. Hip-hop is not a lot of pyrotechnics, next shit. Metaphysical prowl, nice flow, bit of lyrical now. Demand this with a subliminal how. What I'm singing about so pivotal now. Same sound, wave, barrier, page, alpha, numerical state of grace to your failure. When it rains, hail, fail. Don't sit down, 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 don't sit down. Symbols are rife in this, lyrical beat, rife in this, that equal shit, rife in this. Better beware when the sniper spit, mad prowess, rife in this, count bounces, rife in this, that real shit, rife in this. Don't sit down, get hyped to this. Symbols are rife in this, lyrical beat, rife in this, that equal shit, rife in this. Better beware when the sniper spit, mad prowess, rife in this, count bounces, rife in this, that real shit, rife in this. Don't sit down, get hyped to this.
I wake up to a fresh day. City scene, cars scream over the west gate. Towers over tower, those built from yesterday, and shroud the city in shadow, let it escalate. But I'ma tell you, mate, I'm a lover of this urban centre. Central nervous system of energy that workers enter. The solidarity of people where your workers next to our fellow workers and servicemen working for the rent.
Paralyzed under dust and rubble, through battered eyes, visualize Armageddon and rise to a drunken stumble, resigned, looking around astounded. Bodies can't be counted, dumbfounded. Westgate, permanently grounded. Once a glorious spectacle of achievement, now receded to a spectre of ill-fated endurance. Impact a catastrophe, a mathematical havoc, wreaking assault over combatants, tampering with acrobatics, no balance.
Another year gone, living the next day. My present way of making a living, shitty and less pay. But unless I get better at this, let's face it, I ain't gonna see a better wage. But I'm kinda feeling like it doesn't matter. My bones chatter of late, the late shows are sadder. The 10 o'clock news focusing on the blues of the world. I feel a whirlwind coming on soon.
You have to wonder on religion and science when you see a civilized culture driven to riots. No warning but apocalyptic fires, spontaneously claiming the planet, no chance of defiance. Now we huddle as the last known band of survivors. Little more than a clan of death, a necessary alliance. Seeking water and shelter, motivation unite us. Calling on whatever's left to spare the lives of the tribesmen.
One life, two fates, lose faith. Are we really at the mercy of this place? One life, two fates, lose faith. Do we control the stars or are we live bait?
Desperation, ransack, rancid food, been reduced to scavengers. Once dignified men are savages, faced with the grim of the real. No communication lines, nothing left to steal. Natural resource nil, nothing left alive to kill for a meal. And after a week of no eats, I could kill for a meal. Give me a pick and a shield, cause any fresh wound isn't gonna heal. And I ain't dying till I can't feel.
I was on a bus and I sensed a slight shaking. Couldn't tell if it was me or the engine vibrating. Eyes dilating, perspirating. Nervous if this was my annihilation. The white light raising, blinding. My life was changed, expiring maybe from what the day brings. Pain I couldn't escape from, paralyzed under dust and rubble from A-bombs. One life, two fates, lose faith. Are we really at the mercy of this place? One life, two fates, lose faith. Control the stars or are we live bait? One life, two fates, lose faith. Are we really at the mercy of Yeah, baby, you get down. You get down to the music now. Cause ain't no use in a useless crowd. So you get down, you get down. Man, you get down. You get down to the music now. Move this crowd with a few steps round. If you flex the frown, you better step down.
Inevitably, destined to be the deafest MCs that you'll ever see. Wrecking the scene, definitely and effortlessly, wreaking havoc irrevocably.
But still stride with the tentative step of a centipede in the 22nd century. I'm still spitting my sentences, ill and agree with mythical references. Testament to a heritage,
Convict territory turned Mecca.
under the limelight, burning your retinas.
Yeah, Ganesh emanate from the fresh text I expect to rate. Whisper lab, collab, meditate. Ever so slightly offbeat but never late. We tread a lake while y'all seem to hesitate. I care to make this clear, forget opaque. We detonate fakes, replicating what we demonstrate. Mentally excavate the plan of escape, ducking past heaven's gates, making a hasty getaway. Yes, we levitate, cause plenty of petty kids try to beat Equills but featherweight. Orbit away before wrestling fate face to face. Step out of place and into a neck brace. I hope far away. When I'm old, retired and grey, I can reminisce on the days I was ripping cats on stage and making waves whenever I played, and say with a grin, hip-hop still the shiznit, and dive into my grave.
Yeah, baby, you get down. You get down to the music now. Cause ain't no use in a useless crowd. So you get down, you get down. Man, you get down. You get down to the music now. Move this crowd with a few steps round. If you flex the frown, you better step down. Incinerate little fakes with the tapes. Give it to me that I'm literate, mate. Let it disintegrate, better assimilate. Better than Timberlake, I'm in bed with Britney every day. She's a slave to my rhythm, kissing my snake. Slithering, smitten with me while I'm whipping her mate. With little difficulty twisting it into different positions. Give her a taste, she's grinning while I jizz in her face. Fuck the guitar, I'm feeling the bass. If Equills on the bill, then we feeling the place. It's unreal that a million women wanna chill. And now Dominion, I'm thinking that we living great. I've experienced puppies and kittens that hate, but I'm raining cats and dogs, they can't debate. They ain't heard my mistakes, so they learn the hard way. Check my accent, comprehend, a compadre.
Manic, sporadic, static, the plea for parlay be half-baked. Imagine this was how you imagine your last days. Quit yapping and partake.
You ain't rapping for fuck's sake. I must say, some playing with fire like danger, but change their mind as soon as they inside my range. It's too late to realize that you made a mistake. There's no escape for you once you inside the 9th gate. Yeah, baby, you get down. You get down to the music now. Cause ain't no use in a useless crowd. So you get down, you get down. Man, you get down. You get down to the music now. Move this crowd with a few steps round. If you flex the frown, you better step down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get